Hello. So you might guess from some of my previous vlogs that I was going on holiday. I didn't say that I was going away, but because I didn't want to broadcast it to the world. Anyway, so I've been away. We're going back tomorrow. So I'm trying not to have been thinking about the koi pond, but as you know, it's a bit difficult. And literally the evening before we left, so 10:30 at night, we've been out for a meal because it was my daughter's birthday. We got back about 10:15, and as you do, I went to check on the pond, went out and the electric had tripped. So went out to investigate. God, I had an absolute nightmare. The rubber boot on my vortex come off and then flooded the filter bay. The drum cleaning pump was obviously submerged underwater, and it's a keep dry pump. That then tripped the electrics to the pond, so there was nothing working. And I lost about, I'll overlay a picture now, I lost about a foot of water. And obviously when you're running the drum, you have to be really careful about the levels that the water's at. So it dropped too far that the drum wouldn't work. Not even if it did work, the cleaning pump wouldn't work because it was bust. So I rung a mate who I absolutely owe a ton of thanks to, Andy Finch. I rung him up, as I say, we were leaving. I think we had to be up at something like 4:30 Saturday morning, so this was Friday evening, so I was flapping, not knowing what to do. So he suggested take the pump out because it's not going to work, just start filling the pond up, and then he'll just come over and sort it all out for me. What an absolutely top guy. This is one of the reasons, if you're not a member of a koi club, joining a koi club. Well, I've known him for about 5 or 6 years now, but my initial reasons for joining a koi club were because problems, issues and just help. So we came over Saturday morning, sorted it all out, seen that it had burnt in the motor, so he popped to Absolute Koi, which is about 15-20 minutes away, picked up a new pump, went back, fitted it, made sure the electrics were on, all the fish were right, sent me a quick video, literally just as we were getting on the plane to say everything was fine. And yeah, so my pond was working. Thank God I had someone to ring and call, because at that time of the night there was no way I could have done anything in the morning, having to leave so early, and then going away for 2 weeks would have been murder. I've been trying not to think about pond and stuff, but as I say, going back tomorrow, it's on my mind now, and normal life resumes. Anyway, so I've had no emails or WhatsApps from him saying everything's like wrecked, so hopefully all is good. There's been no food going in. Apparently he's been to check a couple of times. He said on the Saturday morning he'd pop back a few times over the couple of weeks just to make sure everything was fine and working. So hopefully no major catastrophes now, and then I want to get back, start doing a few little jobs and getting things right. So anyway, if you're not a member of a koi club, join a koi club. Find your local one and join it. It's worth it. Like-minded people to call on when you've got issues, and then things like when if you're going away for a while, you've got someone just to pop along and have a quick look, make sure everything's all right, and then just a bit of peace of mind, really. So yeah, point there, join a koi club. Anyway, this is my last day here, so I'm going to enjoy it and try to. It's pretty nice, it's easy to enjoy it. And then normal vlogging, diary will be resumed as of the week after I get back. So by the time you see this, I've been back a week, I'll be depressed, normal life, normal work, normal kid stuff. Ugh. Cooking, what's that all about when you're not? You don't need to cook when you're not. We'll cook when we get back. Anyway, catch you soon. I'll try and be positive. Bye. Back from holiday. Now it's washing. Boom. Anyway, it's raining. So, as I briefly mentioned on the beach the other day, major issues the day I left. But that Chad now has made an absolute recovery, so God knows what was wrong with it. couple of little darker patches on it. The bigger chag that had a knock there and a knock the other side. One side, that side's not too bad, the other side probably needs looking at again. That Kahaku's a mess, and the shower, which just sits in the corner, is not happy at all. So I've had the salt in there now for 2 weeks, up to, I don't know what it is, I've not checked, I've only been in a couple of hours, but I think Andy, my mate's been topping it up, keeping it at 0.6, but I won't know until I check. So I'm going to have to scrape and then see where I'm at. I do know that I had flukes, so I'm presuming I've still got a heavy fluke infestation. I know when I last scraped the shower, there was sort of 30-40 flukes on the scrape, so God knows when I'm going to do it. I haven't got time to do it tonight. I don't know what the time is. 5:30. Just about to get some dinner. Then probably go to bed because I've been up for about 20 and something hours. And then back to work tomorrow, possibly. So if I'm not at work tomorrow, I can crack on and get a couple of scrapes done on them too, and have a look at that Kahaku. It needs properly looking at. Do some water checks and just to see, you know, just a bit more observing really. Now, because we're away, mother-in-law comes over, waters the plants in the house and just does a check-up. She lives around the corner. And I've noticed my food pot's empty for the fish. So, although there wasn't a lot in there, I think there's probably only, I don't know, not even a kilo of food. Over 2 weeks, it's not a lot of food going in. So, she can't help herself either. So I'm not overly mad at that, but normally, if we go away, normally there's nothing going in at all, and they've been fine. But on the whole, I'm happy-ish. Well, I was expecting to come back to maybe a pond full of dead fish, or just an empty pond really. So, Andy done a good job. Hopefully the salt's helped somewhat, and then now I just need to take it easy, and if it is flukes I need to find something I can use with the salt. Probably all of them, but I'll need to double check, and if it is flukes I need to get that nailed on the head like ASAP. But overall I'm happy, especially with the sheer panic at 10:30 on the Friday night. It was unbelievable. Couldn't have happened. Well, I suppose it could have happened if I'd got up in the morning, turned the light on and then noticed there was no water. I'd have been even more shit. But it is what it is. And it happened. We've dealt with it. We got through it. So we just need to move forward now, don't we? And I did notice as well, actually, my UV's been off for 2 weeks. I'm quite happy with the clarity of the water. It's a bit misty, murky, but not completely battered. And now I've got me trickle in over there, which we need to sort out. I can't see any new marks on any fish. It's the Kahaku which we had a bit of a butcher session with before I left, and that shower that is just not happy whatsoever. So they're my first ports of call. Yeah, I'm pleased about the chag though. Absolutely mint again now. It's just this big fella. There's a few horrible bit on the side there. I've seen nobody flash since I've been looking out the window and stuff. And I've seen no odd behaviour. But yeah, so that's where we're at. There's a little nick out of the fin of that Kahaku's pretty bad. There's all sorts of fin damage on that. Oh well. Well, as I said before, the salt in there is always going to be a sort of a help for them. I just need to work out what else it is that's causing them issues. So I think it is the flukes, but I'll have to do. Well, I've got to get them out to have a dig dab on the ones that are messy anyway. so perfect time to give them a scrape as well. Right, welcome back me. God, first day back at work, murder. Anyway, so I'm going to have a look at a couple of fish, do a few scrapes and treat a couple that need treating and just see where I'm at again. Seems to be what I'm doing at the minute. There's a few others not looking too happy that would normally be okay. The Shiro's over there. That fish never sits up and looks moody, so there's obviously something not right. Well, I know there's not something right. The Kahaku and the Showa are a right mess. So I'm going to do some water tests, I'm going to do a couple of scrapes and probably butcher a couple that need butchering and just have a look at a couple that need looking at, if I can. I haven't got a massive amount of time today, but I know I need to do it sooner rather than later, because I'm probably going to need to order a treatment and see where my salt level's at, and then decide what, if anything, I need to do. So quite a few bits to sort, but on the whole, as I said previously, I'm not massively... Oh yeah, that looks nasty. I'm not massively disappointed. I was expecting to come back it being way worse, but as I say, there's a few that need doctoring, as it were. And that Kahaku is a prime example there. A bit missing out of peck. And a good few scales raised on the big chag here. Well, that's looking a lot better there, it's just the other side. Anyway, so I'll get the air off and get my box of bits ready, sim sedate, get my microscope out and spend the next hour or so getting depressed. But hey, it's got to be done, isn't it? Got to do it. Right, get my bits together, I'll be back in a minute. So first off, check my salt level. That's at 0.5. Okay, first scrape done. Nothing found on the scrape at all. Okay, so I'm just going to keep looking for stuff on scrapes, and as I say, I've got a fish knocked out a minute in the bowl. So I'm going to go out now and administer koi first aid. It's a bit of a mess, but hey, not a lot I can do now, just have to deal with it, don't I? So 3 scrapes done. What should I do first? Just do a scrape first. The Kahaku, that's a bit battered. I didn't film any of it because it's actually wrecked. I had to trim some fin off, scrape a couple of scales out and trim a bit, just tidy it up, covered it in Tamadine. It's back in. It's not, I don't know if it's going to make it. It's taken forever to come round. Its mouth's now moving, but it's just sort of bobbing around the pond upside down still at the minute. The Yemen Tanishki Kikisui thing, that's had a sore fin underneath, so I've treated that. I found 1 fluke on that scrape. Actually, I found nothing on the Kahaku, nothing on the scrape at all. So 1 fluke on the Yemen Tanishki. I've just scraped the Showa that's not eating and just sulking, and there must be at least 50 flukes on that scrape. Hence that fish looking absolutely battered. And I'm just about to get the big chag out to have a look at the side of that as well. So yeah, fluked. I need to find out what fluke treatment is suitable with salt, and obviously the best fluke treatment to use, because it's had, I don't know, 3 or 4 fluke treatments. I'm still covered in flukes, so not a clue. But there is flukes in high numbers on it, so I don't know. Anyway, so I'm just about to wrestle with the big chag and see where we are with that one. That's definitely going to need a few scale scraping and tidying up on that side there. Anyway, so as I say, the main issue is the flukes really, especially on that wrecked shower. It's battered. But there we go, that's what it is. Anyway, let's get the big koi sock to get me the big chag out. Too heavy, but there we go. What you pay for if you've got a big fish, I suppose. Anyway, let's get to that now. Finally, starting to come round now. It's been about 10 minutes. The other two are fine. The shower's over there. And the scoop, if you see everything is there. Definite gill and mouth movement now. So just waiting for the big guy to roll over before I start. This side doesn't look too bad, but it's the other side. I haven't really had a look yet. I'm just going to leave them alone for a minute. It's the other side that is the real issue. Anyway, a couple more minutes to get them over. Excuse the noise. Builders are right at the back today. Anyway, right. I've taken some advice from a professional body. The suggestion now is, after me scrapes and finding an absolute ton of flukes on that shower, which you probably can't see because of the reflection. There it is. In fact, since it's been anaesthetised the other day, it's actually picked up. So whether or not this feels a bit better, I don't know, knock the flukes out a bit and it just feels a bit better, something like that. It's really weird. Even when the food's coming in now, it's straight over having a bite to eat, which it wasn't doing before. So that's only good. But anyway, I do need to get rid of the flukes. It's absolutely savage, the amount of flukes that are on that fish. So the suggestion now is to get the pond salt up to 0.8, do 4 days of a CT dose, and then on the 5th day hit him with a fluke treatment. And pretty brutal, but needs must and all that, especially now I've got a few with red marks and red fins and a bit of bone showing and whatever and whatnot. So I do need to nail this quick before it turns into an absolute bomb. I'm not sure about the kahaku. It's very messy. I'm not sure if it will heal or even make the treatments. It's been butchered, and the big chag got to start with a bit of a hole on the side. I had to remove a few scales and stuff the other day. I didn't video doing that. I just wanted to do it sort of without the pressure of filming. So the CT will help with that, and obviously thin the mucus coat and kill any bacteria that I've obviously got some bad bacteria in the pond again. God knows how, but I have. I did say that I didn't want to keep treating, but I haven't really got a choice, have I, at the minute? With fish with issues and open sores and bits of bone missing, there's obviously something going on. So that's the port of call for the next 5 days. So get the salt up to 0.8 by the end of today. What am I at the minute? I'm going to check. Then 4 lots of CT, and then a fluke treatment after day 5, and then just sit my hands for a bit and see where we're at. Absolute jokes I've had this last couple of weeks. Obviously, even with going away and then the issue before I went away, to now coming back to this. I know it could have been far worse. I could be coming back to like, actual death casualties, but it's still a bloody pain. So, let's see what the salt levels are. So I'm at 0.55, so I'm going to get that up. I should have enough salt here to do that, and then I'll get the salt up today, and then I'll start the CT tomorrow, and just hopefully I'll have some fish left at the end of it. Joyce. So obviously with all the problems I've been having, I'm trying to rule things out. So I know I've got flukes, so I'm going to be treating for that. I know there's some kind of, maybe a slight bacterial issue in there as well, because of the red sores and the bits of bone and stuff. I did have a mate mention, Mr. Finch again, possibly. At the minute I'm topping up with a garden hose. Now I did change my garden hose a couple of months back. As you know, I'm a window cleaner, I have to fill my van up with it. So I changed it, say a couple of months ago. I was using a garden hose to fill the pond. Now the original hose actually runs under here and goes under here and then comes out into there. Since I changed all of that stuff in there, I don't know why actually, maybe since I've had the drum, so maybe a couple of years, I was just topping up with a normal garden hose. So this hose could potentially be causing me an issue. What with maybe what it's made of, whether or not it's leaching any chemicals from, I mean it doesn't need to be a lot, does it? From inside of this, depending on what it's made of, into the pond. And that's something that has changed recently since I've been having a lot of issues. And I'd never had, obviously I've had issues, but not like bacterial issues and just fish issues and water issues. So whether or not that is making a difference, I don't know. So I'm going to plumb me fresh water in with, I'm going to get some hard pipe like they use for houses and stuff. That I don't know what it's made of, what type of plastic it is, but like a food grade stuff I presume, because it's fit for human use. I'm going to get some of that and hard plumb it in, and then just to take something else out of the equation that could potentially be causing me an issue. Now I'm sure there's thousands of people out there that use a garden hose to top up, but presumably they're all made of different things, and there's a different process when they're made and different things that they're made of and all that kind of rubbish. So it's just something I want to rule out. Not going to cost me a lot to fix, because I'm absolutely spending a fortune on koi things at the minute. It's driving me mad. But as I say, it's just another thing to tick off the list to see could potentially have caused or be causing an issue. Unless I reconnect the old pipe back up. I don't know yet, because it is ready to go, it just needs plugging in. As I say, I'd never had the issues that I've got at the moment when I was topping up with the old hose pipe. But I suppose if I'm going to change it, if I'm going to do anything, I should just do it right, shouldn't I, and get it hard plumbed in with the, whatever that plasticky pipe, the water pipe is. So just a quick thing there, I just tripped over the hose and it reminded me. So I suppose I'll get on the internet and have a look around and see what my options are with pipe. But I presume I can just get it on a big roll and do what I've done with the other pipe, just have it under the slate here and into the filter bay, and then I can get rid of the hose actually across the garden, which I've had for God knows how long.